Hello friends, myself Dr. Nidhi Darbari on My Education Treasure. In my previous video, I had discussed about the characteristics and educational significance, components and procedure of discussion. Today, in my present video, I am going to discuss about the types and advantages and disadvantages of discussion as a teaching device. The word discussion means exchanging views and debate. Discussion is very useful device used by good teachers in their classroom situation. Discussion, popularly known as group discussion, is an organized conversation in which members of a group actively participate and exchange their ideas with a purpose. It is a democratic and child-centered instructional strategy. Here, the discussion can be among the group of students as a whole group. According to Johnson, it is a social action in its pure form. In discussion, a topic or issue is taken for discussion. There takes place exchange of opinions and ideas. In a good discussion, all the students address to the teacher and give their argument and then ultimately gives one shape to the different thoughts presented by the students during classroom interaction. During discussion, the teacher and the student are actively engaged in the process of teaching learning. Every teacher cannot come out successful in classroom discussion. The teacher who has thorough knowledge and fully clear concepts in his mind prefers to pick up classroom discussion. Such a teacher is able to coordinate the discussion well. The different students speak one by one and the teacher keeps everything under his thumb and controls. He does not allow any type of verbal disputes in the class. The teacher ultimately is able to give one shape of different thoughts presented by the students during classroom interaction. Discussion as a device should be used for a limited time only. Prolonged discussion does not serve any useful purpose and that also becomes dull and boring for everybody. In the discussion method, the teacher motivates the pupils to think over some problems by the way of questioning. After gaining motivation, the students answer certain questions of the teacher or responds in some or the other way. In this way, the teacher develops his lesson by discussion, answers, and some responses of the pupils. As the need arises, the teacher helps himself, the students, for solving the problem. In this way, this discussion method is an active oral method in which opportunities of interaction between the pupils and the teacher arise. As a result of this interaction, a change occurs in the attitude, feelings, and motivation of the pupils along with the acquisition of knowledge. Hence, psychologically and sociologically, discussion is an appreciable method for social learning and development of the pupils. Where and when can you use discussion method? When he is using a project method, when he has to share information and ideas from a large group, when one needs to solve a problem or do thinking and analytical activity, when one obtains information and ideas from a large group of students, when one needs to check or evaluate students' progress. Forms of discussion. They are formal, informal, classroom, panel, and symposium. Discussion can be formal and informal. Formal discussion is adopted to gain predetermined objectives. Its principles are also predetermined. It is essential to follow these principles in any condition. Informal discussion, there is nothing like a predetermined but only oral actions and reactions and no need to follow any principle to participate in informal discussion. The classroom discussion is an informal discussion. The process of discussion. The process can be different depending upon the type of discussion. The ideas are initiated by the teacher, then there is exchange of ideas, opinions, observation, and comments. This is a cooperative learning. Steps of discussion. The first step is preparation. The teacher as well as the student must make a careful preparation. The teacher should do in-depth reading of the topic. She should do critical reading and understand the arguments well and know the gist of the lesson. Second one is conducting discussions. Teacher initiates the discussion. He controls the process and keeps the students disciplined and keeps the discussion under control or on the right track. Advantages of discussion. Thinking and communicating powers of students can be developed by discussion. Discussion develops the leadership qualities. Expression of abilities of the students can be developed by discussion method. Students find out the solution of the problems themselves in discussion method. It also develops the creative potentials of the students. Attitudes and interests of the student can be drawn out towards learning. Discussion develops the higher level and cognitive and affective objectives. It helps in clarifying issues, ideas, etc. It helps in crystallizing the thinking process. Discussion helps the learners to discover what they do not know. Discussion is reflective practice. Discussion builds the social skills among learners. Discussion also provides learners opportunities to speak freely but correctly, respect the ideas of others, shares interest, asks questions, and comprehends the problem. Discussion is very helpful to the teacher to discover talents among the learners. Discussion is based on individual differences. It also emphasizes the independent study. Discussion develops reasoning ability. It develops study habits of the students. Discussion is always activity oriented. It also teaches how to study purposefully. It helps the teacher to find leadership quality among students. It creates better understanding of the topics, issues, events, ideas, or concepts. If you found the video to be informative and interesting, I request you all to please give a like to the video to motivate me, share it with others, and subscribe it so that whenever I upload a new video, you will get a notification. Demerits of discussion. Discussion is not suitable for all topics. Discussion, if not properly controlled, may lead to emotional tension. Class may turn into a marketplace. Confusion may arise due to poor management. It may be dominated by few members. It may go off the track, resulting into non-achievement of desired objectives. Discussion is a time-consuming method. Discussion needs some training, and average teacher cannot do it. Students do not benefit from this activity. Application of discussion. This method can be used in teaching the subject except mathematics, arts, music, dance, etc. Thank you very much for patiently watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe.